Hello, hello, hello. It's Ash, your favorite travel advisor, right? Not only travel advisor, but today I'm stepping in the role of mentorship because that's what I'm here for too. And also a truth teller because this afternoon I want to talk about something we all deal with as travel advisors, and it drives me crazy. And I'm sure you feel the same way. When a client finds a price online and they say, "It's cheaper than what you sent me. So what do you do?" Don't you hate that? Okay, before you panic though, or drop your price, I'm going to show you this afternoon live how you should handle this situation with confidence. How to explain the real difference between booking on your own and why they should book with you. And even how I've proven it so many times. I have a live example. I just did this morning. Um, and it was actually helping my agent, and my agent was upset, and she was like, "Hey, like, what do I do?" Right? But in the end, we actually ended up being cheaper. So I'm going to show you how to handle the situation, what to do when it happens, and exactly how to react. That's really what it comes down to. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. The common challenge is what we face as travel advisors every day. That dreaded question is, "I found it cheaper online. So what do we do now?" Right? It's every travel advisor's challenge. That first response is going to kind of dictate what happens for the rest of the scenario. If you get defensive and you get upset, you have a great way of throwing that booking away. Okay. You need to understand and be confident in every time that you give your proposal, quote, whatever. How do we do that? Well, first of all, I'm automatically going to price check in Expedia because that's where they always end up going. So I'm going to price check and make sure exactly what I'm offering if I'm using VAX, which we will today. I'm making sure it's exactly cheaper, or if it's not, why is it not cheaper? Because I'm adding something in that Expedia won't add. So on top of that, when I'm presenting this situation, no matter if I've booked it before or not, I'm always going to present myself as the expert, as confident, as I know how to handle this booking, because that's really what they try to test in the situation. They are testing the waters. They might know what they found is not exactly what you're offering. So you need to be able to respond with confidence and take a moment and stop and see what exactly they are showing you. So respond with confidence, acknowledge their concern. Thank you. Sorry, Walmart's delivering groceries. Thank you for bringing it to your attention. That definitely. Thank them. Hey, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Let me see what exactly you have. And I mean, get screenshots. And I mean, get exactly down to the room. What room did you pick? Screenshots. And then I want you to stop and I want you to look at your quote and look at theirs. I mean, down to the times of when the airplane is arriving, down to the type of airport seat they have chosen, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Because a lot of the times they're going to give you less. And that's why the price is less. And you're going to be able to say, yeah, it might be less, but you're only taking a 2-hour flight with me instead of that 13-hour layover you chose. Or you might actually get insurance included in case you have to cancel your trip. Or the most common one, I actually include a shuttle from the airport to the resort, and that is why mine is more expensive. That's 90% of the time. So we're going to get into that today, and we're going to do a real example breakdown right now. So this happens to me a lot. This is common because people tend to think that they can outsmart others. And there's nothing wrong with that because sometimes it's true. Sometimes we do quotes fast and it's just produced and that's what it is. And when they bring the price back, we need to kind of go, "Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. Let me find this for you." That does not mean that they are not going to book with you. That just means that they are trying to make sure they're getting the best price. And as a consumer, we have to respect that, right? So let's take a look at this live breakdown. I'm gonna switch my screen. Please hold. Now, I did block some information on here because I just took the actual screenshots. Um, so let's see. All right. So here it is. Let me make sure this is what you see. Yep. Okay, perfect. So here's just example of what was originally provided to the client. Okay, this was the first send out. So Breathless Riviera Cancun Spa and Resort, 5-star hotel, 2 adults, junior suite, Ocean View King. Pay attention. Reserve now, pay deposit. That's first one, that's value right there. Airport shuttle, that's a service. Free Wi-Fi, that's not included. They have to pay for it when they arrive. They just don't know it yet. And $200 resort credit that no one in the world is going to offer other than who? Vax, we love you. On top of that, they have a $500 deposit. Value, 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 value. That's all that screams to me, right? And a client doesn't see that value when they first see this. What do they see? The price. Oh, 2,900. Wow, that's a lot. It's not that, not even a big trip. I think it's October 30th and November 4th, right? Wow, that hurts, right? So that's all they're seeing. So disregard the fact that they are shocked and they are trying to find it cheaper because they're just doing it because that's human. That's normal, right? So what are we seeing when we offer this to them? We're not seeing the price because we only see the value. So your job as a travel advisor is to advise them on the value of this package. Okay. Now, this also included travel insurance. It doesn't say that there, but this one included travel insurance. And then, of course, the client comes back and they're like, hey, this is what I found. Wow, does that site look familiar? This is what I found, and this is what I want to pay. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So we're going to notice a lot of difference between what is offered here compared to what is offered there. So let's start right off the bat. First of all, this is a Allure Junior Suite Ocean View King. Okay, nice. We like that. All right, and then we have the same room. Okay, there's perfect. Airport shuttle, that doesn't exist. Okay, all right, that's fine. The flights are the exact same. She didn't put the flights in here, but we do have the exact same flights. I confirmed it. Free Wi-Fi and $200 resort credit, also not there. And then that last part is the deposit, also not there because they have to do total due today. So they have to pay everything up front. They look like they're saving money, but technically they're not. Why? What is missing? The shuttle. Also, what's missing? The insurance. And the flights are same, so that's fine. Rooms the same. That's it. That's really what's missing. So how would you respond to this scenario? Okay, well, first of all, the reason why my price is a little bit more is because you have an airport shuttle. That's not included on Expedia because that's what this is, right? We all know that's Expedia. And if that didn't work, if they weren't cool with that, guess what we could do? Go right behind them and book it in Expedia too. Okay, fine. This is what you want. This is what you're going to get. So also in this price right here, she picked the better ticket for the airline, which is picking her seat. She doesn't know, and she had to explain to her client that in this scenario, there are no seats included. It's the cheapest price for a reason. So therefore, you just have to hope that you get sit next to the person and that there's 2 seats available, right? So keeping that in mind, that's another thing, value, right? And the reason that if we were to go behind them, let's just copy this. Let's go into Vax. We're going to copy them exactly. And let's see if this tends to be more or not. Okay. All right. So let me switch tabs. Here we go. We are ready. I can see it. So I'm going to use FunJet because I feel like FunJet for Cancun is the best. Personal opinion. I already have it all put in here. 2 adults, 5 nights, flights, everything. Let's go. And I've already searched it and I've already confirmed it. But hey, we're going to do it live. So as we go, now mind you, this price that they sent happened yesterday. So there's a good chance that the price even went up on Expedia, but I don't care about that. We're going to get them exactly what they want, right? Exactly what they picked in Expedia, we're going to carry it over here because while it might be less in price, is it more in value? Absolutely not. So let's go ahead and change these flights. If they wanted the cheapest flights, technically I could throw them here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go fix the flight. We have to fix it. We got to copy exactly what is on the screen. So come on. You know Vax, you know it's slow, so we're gonna bear with that one, okay? The flight left, let me make sure it's exact. 12:19 to 3:04. There it is. No seat selection, no nothing. That's what she wants. All right, let's go. Fine. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I know. I tried to, okay. No seat selection. Main cabin would have given them seat selection. And probably better baggage. But that's fine. So, come on. We love Vax. All right, now we got to change the night flight because that's not what they have. Understandable, because who wants to fly that late back from Cancun? Nobody. They have 12:15 to 4:25. Okay. Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did their flight sell out? Their flight might have sold out. I'm not even seeing it. And that's another issue right there. Is that when they did that, we don't know. I can't tell when they screenshotted that. They removed the time out of it. So I'm gonna pick the one that's closest to it. 2:15 to 4:25. It's a shorter flight, but that's all I can do. So fine. Still offering better value. All right, let's go. We're already coming in cheap, but we gotta change the resort. So click on hotels. Six hours later. All right. Gonna go to Breathless. We're just gonna search it for time's sake. Breathless. Cancun. Here we are. Of course, it's giving me that horrible bed. We don't want that. Now, sometimes the names of the beds are different in Vaxxina's and Expedia. So it has this like allure, but it's the same thing. Okay. So 170, we'll select it. Look at all those perks, perks on perks on perks. Free sparkling wine, breakfast, 25% discount on spa, $200 in record. Okay, value. I'm just gonna scream it till I'm blue in the face. All right, so we have the package. It's a little bit more. Why is it more? Come on, travel advisors, comment below. Why is it more? Now I know you're paying attention because you comment. $86. What is that? Okay. Well, unfortunately, in her package scenario, what does it not have? Oh, they don't have the thing, shuttle. For what I was saying. Now, let's remove it then. Fine. You don't want it. That's cool. Okay. Gonna wait another 6 hours. And the price is gonna update. Now, what are we? What are we? I even got her a better flight. What are we still? Cheaper. We are still cheaper. We are still cheaper. And what else do we come with? Value, free perks, sparkling wine, 25% off, 200 resort credits. Enjoy unlimited luxury inclusions during your stay. They get treated like VIPs here, and their ocean suite view king. Okay, so what would I do in this scenario? How would I handle the situation? No, you're right. The price is cheaper because we have differences in our quotes. First of all, mine included travel insurance to giving you that peace of mind in case something happens before, during, or after your trip, you are protected. Secondly, I included a shuttle because your quote does not include a shuttle. So how do you plan on getting from the airport to the resort? Lastly, I have way more value in the package. I can drop it down to that price. If you want to handle everything, you don't want to pick your seats, you don't want any of the extra shuttle or anything, I can do that too. And I will still be cheaper at $2,700, $18.70. But you will not be able to select your seat. You will not have a shuttle to pick you up. If you want that route, we can do it. And I can still add value to you by presenting you with sparkling wine breakfast, 25% on your spa, $200 resort credit. Okay. So what this happens? This is a live example. I can tell you in that scenario, guess what? The client said, oh, you're right. We need to add that shuttle. And they booked it. They actually booked the original $2,900 package. Okay. Give you that. But why? Why does that happen? Because there's a lot of price differences, and the clients, they are not travel advisors and they don't know this. And that's okay. All we have to do, and I'm telling you guys this because I've been here for 3 years and I know how this works. All we have to do is get in front of them and explain the value. Same thing as being with Evolution Travel. You will hear David McCovey say this all the time. Once you learn the value of being a travel advisor is what? Easier. Now, he doesn't say it exactly like that. He has a way fancier setting, but that's what it means. You have to find the value in yourself as a travel advisor. So when you present this, you don't have these issues. Because if that would be presented exactly how my agent handled it, she's amazing. She knows exactly what she's doing. And that's what happened, right? Because we know and we have been taught that we are valuable to everyone. So consider always why the price differences occur. Do not get upset about it. Think about the low ball base rates. That's what, no seats included. That's what, sometimes a longer flight. That's what, no shuttle included. The missing services, no transfers, insurance, or emergency support. Us, we are emergency support. We are valuable. Hidden fees, okay? Taxes, resort fees, baggages, not included in those basic flights, right? And they're not going to tell you that until you get there. Now, they're supposed to tell you, but I haven't seen it. We didn't see it there, right? And then, of course, lastly, downgraded accommodations. A lot of times, not in this scenario, but a lot of times when they're presenting you with it, they are getting a cheaper room and they don't realize it, okay? If that client wants this price, then say, okay, I'll give it to you even better. Here's exactly what you wanted. But explain to them the value and the price differences. If they're okay with it, then book it. Don't be upset about it. You're still getting a booking. Who cares, right? But they have to understand the value and what they're missing out on, because we have to make sure that they understand that traveling is not always going to be the cheapest, but it's the safest and it's the most valuable. So handling those comparisons effectively, request that full quote, highlight the inclusions of what you're offering, emphasize the support, your expertise if the plan changes or emergency arises, put your value into it, and then compare that total value to having a peace of mind it's really worth beyond whatever that price is that they want to pay, right? Because once they're there, they can't request insurance. They can't request support. They have to call 1-800 number if we're not used, right? So make sure you're always valuing yourself. This is the last thing that I'm going to leave you guys with. You have to value yourself in a proposition. Value yourself in your post. Value yourself when you're booking. Value yourself when you're speaking of yourself. Change the mindset that you are in as a travel advisor. This is not a job. This is your life. This is your lifestyle. This is what you are meant to do. And you change your entire perspective. I promise you, I have gotten more clients when I became who I am. And I did that from my home, right? I did. You all know me. Most of you, if you're subscribed and you liked and you followed, you already know me as a travel advisor. I put the passion that I have to help others in a travel perspective, and I mastered it. And that's why I'm here, and that's why you're here in this setting learning. So we all have the same opportunity. We are all provided with the same tools. It's just some of us are doing something a little bit different, and we're all teachable, so we can all acquire that. So make sure next time you run into a scenario like this, think about this situation. Think about your value and put yourself in a proposition where all of this comes into play. All right. So that's my preaching for today. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you learned how to handle these scenarios because it will make you a better travel advisor. Make sure that you have liked, subscribed to my channel. I typically go live 3 times a day, and I have all types of different travel information, news, etc. that I provide to you guys. And thank you. Thanks for watching. See you later. Oh, lastly, before I leave, because I'm still recording, uh, we're live. So, since before I leave, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them below. I'm gonna stay live for a few more minutes. I'm just gonna play some background music, but if you have questions, let me know. I want to help you guys. And if you find yourself in a scenario that it's not working out like that, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram. Try not to use my business profiles. Try to hit me up on my personal profiles if possible, because it does affect the time response. But hit me up there, comment below if you need help, and make sure you're also reaching out to your mentor as well so they can help you. Nobody's telling you to do this on your own. Okay. So I will leave you guys and I'll leave this open for a few minutes. If you have questions, feel free to drop them below and I will get with you.